Good evening, everyone. The Supreme Court issued a ruling today which struck down a New York State gun law that required people to demonstrate a particular need in order to get a permit to carry a gun in public. In the 6-3 conservative majority opinion, Justice Clarence Thompson wrote, "The Second and 14th Amendments protect an individual's right to carry a handgun for self-defense outside the home." The decision is expected to enable more people to legally carry guns on the streets of the nation's largest cities and could impact similar laws in California and Massachusetts. It comes as Congress works on gun legislation in the wake of a string of mass shootings and a spike in gun violence across the country. New York State leaders are vowing to continue the legal fight following today's ruling.
My reaction is relief. And happiness that the lawful and legal gun owner of New York State is no longer going to be persecuted by laws that have nothing to do with the safety of the people.
Instead of working to protect our communities, this court has made it even easier for potentially dangerous people to carry concealed handguns in public spaces.
The Supreme Court decision is drawing mixed reaction from officials in our area. Alex Love spoke with gun rights groups and lawmakers today. He joins us live with more on how they think this will affect public safety. Alex.
Absolutely. The key takeaway in this ruling, Teresa, is gun owners no longer must establish proper cause with local law enforcement when applying for a concealed carry permit, even if they passed all the background checks to buy their handguns in the first place. At a time when Rochester is facing record-setting levels in gun violence, there's mixed reaction on if this could have a benefit impact for public safety. This case revolves around a more than 100-year-old New York state law, which required anyone wanting an unrestricted license to carry a concealed handgun in public to demonstrate a special reason for needing it to law enforcement. Tom Reynolds, president of the Shooters Committee on Political Education, saw this as government overreach.
Now they're saying the government has to prove that you don't need a gun. So, for instance, if you're a felon, you're still not going to be able to get a gun. But if you're just a law-abiding citizen who wants it for self-defense, you don't have to prove that you need it for any other reason.
Assemblymember Harry Bronson of Rochester accused the Supreme Court of being out of control with this ruling and believes it puts public safety of communities at more risk due to more guns allowed on the streets without regulation to who can obtain them.
We're not going to be able to protect our citizens if any person can carry a concealed weapon any place in the public that they want to. This decision opens that door.
Even with this ruling, carrying guns on school grounds and government buildings is still prohibited. But with Rochester on pace to surpass another record in homicides this year, gun rights activists argue this can make gun violence go down in public if more law-abiding citizens are in positions to protect themselves.
This gives you the ability to carry a handgun. People are going to be less likely to attack someone who may be carrying a handgun. So it should have a positive impact.
The data and the evidence shows that the more people have guns, the more people get murdered by guns. The evidence does not support the idea that if we arm more people in our population, that people are going to be safer.
Assemblyman Harry Bronson stated he would support Governor Kathy Hochul calling a special session in order to revise any concealed carry gun laws in the state of New York. The governor stated she would be open to that but hasn't set any dates. The state of New York was one of 8 in the nation who had these proper cause measures on their law books. Live in Rochester, Alex Love, News 8.
Alex, thank you. This ruling does not impact the New York state law regarding restrictive carry permits, which regulate people carrying their weapons to hunt, to shooting ranges, or for business purposes.